to the first of the Ocean in Motion super sessions with Chris Burdish and the Transpac Wing project. As you can see, this is not a fake. I'm actually just about to leave. This is the last thing that will get posted directly from me before I'm on the Pacific Ocean, even though I'm on it right now. This whole Ocean Classroom Sessions is an idea I had to be able to inspire and educate the youth in regarding to climate change, in regarding to nature, about going out and having your own amazing adventure. And the first of the Ocean Classroom Sessions themes is all about a decade of action. It's about collaboration for success, and it's about collaborating with like-minded people, lifting other people up. It's about diversity and inclusion, and trying to be a better person and make a positive impact in everything you do. These sessions have taken a lot to be able to bring them to you guys, so I really hope everyone appreciates it. The reason why I'm leaving from here at Pillar Point is it's been a big part of my story. Pillar Point is where Mavericks is, and I came here in 2000 for the first time. I met an amazing person called Jeff Clark, and an incredible community here, and it's just become a really special place. And it's all about involving community, and the decade of action is about, one of the 17 SDGs is about community, and it's about collaborating for success, and it's about uplifting community and how communities are use infrastructure and environment to be able to create positive economies. And Mavericks is a great story about that, because the wave in itself and the ecosystem around here, it's part of the marine sanctuary as well. There's a huge amount of biodiversity here. It's an incredible protected area, and same with the marine reserve. As I go down the coast over the next 2 or 3 days, is one of the most beautiful marine sanctuaries in the world.
Save the Waves is protecting surf ecosystems across the world. A surf ecosystem is the unique coastal features that make an amazing wave, the plants and animals that depend on the place, and the people whose jobs, well-being, and community that is formed by that place. And Mavericks is a perfect example of a surf ecosystem, with its giant waves that are created by the deep canyon and Pillar Point headlands, the tons of sea life, sharks, seals, sea lions, whales, otters, and other marine life that frequent, and how important this wave is to the community and economy of Half Moon Bay. In fact, in 2009, Save the Waves partnered with Stanford and the University of Hawaii to determine the economic value that the wave generates for Half Moon Bay. They found it generates $24 million in annual expenditures. This finding is a reason to protect our surf ecosystems around the globe, and our big goal at Save the Waves is to protect 1,000 of them. We are so grateful for Chris and the Transpac team for highlighting our work and looking forward to this monumental journey. My name is Scott K. Atkinson. I'm on the board of Save the Waves, a board advisor for the Surf Conservation Partnership, and a local Mav surfer. Sadly, there are a number of threats to surf ecosystems. Climate change is causing sea levels to rise, threatening coastal population centers. Many pesticides and nutrients used in agriculture end up in coastal waters, resulting in oxygen depletion that kills marine plants and animals. Factories and industrial plants discharge sewage and other runoff into oceans. Also, air pollution is responsible for almost 1/3 of the toxic contaminants and nutrients that enter coastal areas and oceans. Many times we forget as well that invasive species such as poisonous algae, cholera, and countless plants and animals have entered harbor waters and disrupted ecological balance. Finally, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization estimates that over 31% of fish stocks are either fished to capacity or overfished. We sometimes take it for granted, but Mavericks is a very important surf ecosystem where you can visibly see and feel the effects of climate change and human impact. And kelp forests provide a good local example of how this plays out. Kelp forests harbor a higher biodiversity of plants and animals than almost any other ocean community. But sadly, in Northern California alone, kelp forests have dropped by more than 95%, with just a few small, isolated patches remaining. According to a study by National Geographic, a series of events that began several years ago have destroyed the once magnificent bull kelp forest along hundreds of miles of coastline. A brief shutdown of upwelling cycles left the giant algae groves languishing in warm surface water, causing a massive die-off. Meanwhile, a disease rapidly wiped out the region's urchin-eating sea stars, causing a devastating cascade of effects. Overpopulated urchins have grazed away much of the remaining vegetation, creating a subsurface wasteland littered with shells of starved abalone. Additionally, kelp forests are also critically important for carbon sequestration. Coastal ecosystems sequester away surprisingly large amounts of carbon. They can sequester up to 20 times more carbon per acre than land forest, which makes their regeneration all the more important. Finally, kelp beds provide markers for surfers navigating the lineup, and when kelp forests change and/or disappear, surfers take notice because we're stripped of guideposts to help us manage safety and risk. Their absence can be deadly at some surf breaks. The United Nations set a target for global ocean protection at 10% of the coastal and marine areas by 2020 under the Convention on Biological Diversity. The IUCN upped that target, calling for the protection of at least 30% of the oceans by 2030. Save the Waves' goal of protecting 1,000 surf ecosystems is a marine protected area strategy in line with the global trajectory for increasing the protection and effective management of our oceans. If you want to get involved, visit savethewaves.org to learn more about surf ecosystems or follow the Surf Conservation Partnership. Now is the time for all of us to raise awareness about climate change and help protect our critically important surf ecosystems.
This story and this session is really about involving community, giving back to community, uplifting community, and about collaboration for success. And I could have left from further south, which would have been a lot easier for me as a human and for this adventure. Leaving from here actually makes it incredibly challenging, and the next 36 hours will prove that, because it will be probably the testing, most testing it can be for me. But I believe in giving back, and I believe in supporting people and communities that have given and helped you on your journey. And I think that's super important. And this is a great example of that. And this is a sustainable community. It's a sustainable fishing community, a working harbor, and it's an incredible place with incredible people. And I believe always to try and give back wherever we can and include people as much as we can. Hi, this is Chris from the Transpac Wing Project, and I'm here with Kim Genza from the Big Wave Project, and they're doing some incredible things with a lot of amazing people in the community. And this whole project is about a race against time and a race we have to win, and it's all about climate action, but it's also about diversity and inclusion, and making sure you're also giving back to people and community and including people in everything you're doing to be able to give back and uplift people and inspire people. And that's why I'm speaking with Kim, because she's doing some incredible stuff with the community and with some incredible people. Tell us about it, Kim.
We are building a community for adults with developmental disabilities here in Half Moon Bay, and we are parents of children with special needs who are now adults, and this is the best hope for their future, to have a safe and happy place to live. And Chris has just been incredibly inspiring to our group that was out here today and got to see the craft and hear your stories, and just really touched all of us. Very inspired.
Thanks very much, Kim. I really appreciate it. And you know, you're doing some incredible stuff, and you've got a lot of work ahead of you. I know you've
Yes,
got a big the whole project of building the development. And how long do you think it's going to take, and how many people do you think it's going to house, and all that kind of stuff?
Well, we've been doing this for about 20 years, and it's just, we don't have better options for our children. This is the best future that we see for them, so it's been important for us to stick with it. We have broken ground finally after almost 21 years, and we hope to have the kids move in, the adults move in next summer, the summer of 2022.
Hugs. Don't fall in, Amy, don't fall in. The second session will be on the Monterey Bay Canyon and the marine sanctuary down there, on carbon sequestration. Then we're going into plastic pollution I think on the third session. Fourth session we go into the creatures and what have you that we see along the journey. I've got a hydrophone that I'm hopefully going to be recording a lot of information on and giving back to you guys, I'm hoping. And then the fifth one is about sustainable fishing, illegal fishing, what it's doing to our oceans and climate change. And then the sixth one is about coastlines and looking after our coastlines, and in the arrival talking about the culture of the Polynesians and how we need to preserve our culture, preserve our coastlines, preserve our coral reefs. And that's why we are ending in Oahu, where we're doing some coral restoration with Conservation International at the location that we're going to be finishing. And everything we do on this entire project is about being powered completely by nature, for nature. And everything that we do and I have done, every single thing is about being powered by nature, by the wind, solar power and hydropower. I'll be powering my way across on the wing, but everything that you see in all my systems are run by nature. And every decision that we've made in regard to making this project happen is about collaborating for success with like-minded companies that are B Corp, that are 1% for the planet, that are doing good for the planet, and also 10% for our oceans. Everything is about protecting 30% of our ocean by 2030, getting down to carbon net neutral by 2030, and by leaving the world a better place than we find it. We are in a climate crisis at the moment, and it's a race against time, a race we have to win, and we need to take action now. This is Chris from the first of the Ocean in Motion Super Ocean Classroom Sessions from the Transpac Wind Project. I hope you enjoy and follow the journey.